But the question is, where's mom in all of this? Because her daughter was sexually abused. Now, does she not believe that's true if her boyfriend's been charged and it's based upon what they found on his phone? Could she think anything else other than she was sexually abused? Could she be in denial of it? Now, she hasn't come out and spoken publicly, like about Stephan Sterns or about justice for her daughter. Now, she could be completely shell-shocked, inconsolable, and just, mentally out of it. And that would be very understandable. If your daughter was murdered by a man you brought into the house who had, over the course of years, sexually abused her, I get that could completely devastate someone. And that may be the case with her. It may not be. We don't know. We haven't heard from her. All we can hope is that she is cooperating with investigators because she has a level of information that no one else has. She was inside the home where her daughter died from domestic violence, according to investigators. And I'm just wondering, does she believe it? Does she believe that Stephan Sterns is her daughter's killer? Now, Stephan Sterns, as we said, has been arrested. He's had a bunch of trial dates, but he apparently is exercising his right to remain invisible, just not showing up. Not showing up to court, telling his lawyer, just waive it. Waive it. I don't want to go. I don't want to be seen. I don't even want to show my face in public. So, and you could do that to a certain extent. I think at some point, like maybe your trial date, you're going to have to come into a courtroom because the judge may have to speak to you in person. And if you're going to waive all these other rights to be there, every step of the way during the course of your trial, the judge may need that done in person, that waiver. I don't know. We'll see how it all develops. But as of now, he's basically been invisible until now. He's on camera under arrest, being transported. We have that video. So tonight we're going to go through it. We're going to play it. I mean, you look at him, you're going to listen to him. We're going to bring in our experts, and we're going to try to figure out what's going on with this guy. I mean, when he got transported, we saw him get into the vehicle. We've seen that. This is a man who's accused of being a monster.
That sounds rough, man.
All right, so the icebreaker is all about the temperature, and apparently his conditions in his cell were a little rough. I'm going to be Gary Brucato. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the beard. Why do I see Charles Manson in the back seat there? Why am I seeing Charles Manson tonight? Susan Constantine, I think the first thing everyone noticed in that video were his eyes.
Yeah, it was kind of spooky, right? But first of all, I want to congratulate you. He is both of those, by the way. It's called a vulnerable narcissist, and that's what he's doing. He's the one that's always seeking empathy, but he's very much in control, so it's that vulnerable part of him. So anyway, so what I'm seeing is with his eyes, he's very cautious and suspicious. His body is what we call in that freeze response, and it's almost like the Chucky doll, right? You don't see the body movement, the eyes will kind of glance on over. What he's trying to do is to figure out what's going on, right? He's very curious, hyper aware. But then when the officer's talking, he's trying to figure out what he's saying, you'll see his eyes kind of narrow because that's what he's trying to focus in on what he's hearing. Then he's looking outside. I would assume what he's doing is because he's inside that police car and it's claustrophobic, right? So he's trying to find some exit out, almost in a physical sense by looking out that window. I thought the officer did a tremendous job, and he really followed the perfect protocol of trying to build rapport and connection with the suspect and minimizing anything that he may have done. So I thought he did a great job. Kind of a creepy guy. I call him Mr. Chucky.
Curtis, the one thing that really struck me is that the little slider is open, the window to the back, so they could have this actual communication.
Correct. Well, one of those things, again, that goes back to building that rapport. And, law enforcement, and I'm sure the courts understand, you have no expectation of privacy in the backseat of that car. So if you utter some statement that's incriminating to you, that can later be used against you. But I see this guy as a very practiced groomer, and he's trying to get a feel for this officer and see if he's taking the bait, if he's feeling that story, to see how far he can go and how much sympathy he can get.
Let's take a look. I've got 2 more minutes I want to show you right now. Here they're talking about cough drops.
Please forgive my cough. I've been trying to get rid of it for the past like 2 or 3 days, and prior to that I had a really bad cold. And
I always found the refill on honeys, honey refills, to really really smooth out your throat.
I like those, man, but have you ever tried the berry ones? The Ricola berry?
No.
Phenomenal. The Ricola berry ones, they almost taste like candy.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with them. The honey ones are the same way.
But once you get to the middle part, it's rough though, because like it's got a punch. You're talking about the ones that have like the it's like a gooey menthol inside of it.
The solid ones that are just the honey.
So you haven't had the ones that have like the gooey part in the inside? Those are good until you bite into it and you're like, whoa, like it's a burst of like menthol. Yeah, it is. It is. I just got the regular Hall's cherry. It's what I find at 7-Eleven, so.
I've never been one for cherry cough.
Really?
It just tastes too medicinal.
I can't get my kid to drink medicine. I gotta like mix it in his orange juice. For real, I gotta like literally like, here, drink orange juice because it's good for you. It's vitamin C, and because he'll literally like not drink his medicine like at all.
Now, it was funny what the officer was saying, Susan, but as soon as he's mentioning a child, he lit up.
Yes, and the other thing was the officer, I think, intentionally mentioned his child, with the orange juice, because he was hoping that what Stern would do is to pick up from that conversation. So I think he did a really great job in trying to enroll him in these conversations. And then he used a lot of conversation starters and then got him talking. And then he hitchhiked off from some of the conversation that he had, that he pulled out a couple nuggets and then ran with it to enroll him more, to keep him talking. Because the more they talk, the more they reveal themselves, just like all of us are sitting here evaluating him and being able to pull out these nuggets to see what we're seeing through this conversation and through his body language.
Yeah, the other thing that I find fascinating about the conversation is they're talking about products and 7-Eleven. This guy right now, I think he realizes he's never going to be able to go to a 7-Eleven again.